Ebro, a radio host and a voice within hip hop, he put a very interesting tweet up. I got a call saying it should be noted many major record labels have deprioritized signing rappers. The focus is now African music and Latin music. Rappers better stop being boring and talking about the same shit over and over, chasing TikTok success and comment sections. With so many music listeners and just human beings in general, bringing the conversation of mental health to the forefront, it makes you want to filter the things that come into your brain, the things that you listen to, the voices that you listen to, and of course the music that you listen to. And I made the prediction earlier this year that if the music is not higher frequency to appease those folks, that music will not be a priority when it comes to people actually buying merchandise or any products circulating around your music. This is further showing that you listen to, and of course the music that you listen to. And I made the percolating around your music. This is further showing that that's the direction things are heading. The article goes on to say, although hip hop has made strides in the underground and mainstream, there has not been a #1 hip hop song, did not know that, on the Billboard charts. Aside from Lotto's appearance on 7 with BTS member Jungkook, Lil Uzi Vert's The Pink Tape was the first rap album of 2023 to debut at #1 on the Billboard 200, followed by Travis Scott, Utopia. But I want to zero in more on this label situation of why would you want to prioritize Afro beats and Latin music over rap. When you look at the Billboard charts and you see the music that has been dominating, you'll see that it has been...
Well, it's been a shift because the damage that they have done, the executives, they collected all those souls, and then now it's time to move on to something else. There was an agenda behind the drill music. There's always been an agenda from the elitists, and the people are getting tired of, especially black people. We're getting tired of our babies feeding into this garbage. Well, I ain't gonna say it's all garbage. Feeding into some of the garbage that's coming out of the music that's being pushed by the labels.
The Bad Bunnies, the Whiz Kids, it's been Burna, the folks that have figured out how to tap into the pulse of Gen Z. But I think it's more than that. I alluded to one, hip-hop being stagnant in terms of its topics. Hip-hop also regurgitating toxic topics that are now being called out at probably a higher rate than ever before, because you now...
Yeah, but who's pushing it? Who's putting the money up? We're going to dive into this, y'all, because this is a near and dear subject to my heart. My whole channel is about music. But I'm just giving y'all the gist of what they're talking about. There's going to be a transition of hip-hop, the violent part of hip-hop, the trash in hip-hop right now. But we're going to dive into this thing. I'll meet you on the other side. Yo. Welcome to Rooted in Music TV, where everything that we talk about, everything that we discuss is rooted in music. I got another bomb episode for y'all, but before I begin, y'all hit that like button, that share button, pass me around, Facebook, Instagram, and all other social media platforms, and y'all know how I feel about my chizzing. If you'd like to support the channel, Cash App, $ Michael US. Also check out my website, 250gemstones.com.co. Hip-hop will be over soon. A lot of people predicting the downfall of hip-hop. A lot of the OGs have predicted the downfall of hip-hop. But everybody's blaming the rappers. I do blame the rappers, but also the lion's share of the blame will have to go to the music labels who's pushing the agenda, who are the ones that signing the rappers, right? Not just the labels, the people that's behind the labels. I'm talking about the elitists, with the people way up there in music, right? They're saying that the topics that people talk about is getting stagnant, is regurgitated. Everything in music is regurgitated. Everybody just put their own spin on it. Love you, I love you. How many songs that talk about I love you, I love you, I love you? How many of the very same artists talk about I love you, I love you, I love you, but it's in a different way? I care for you, I love you, I want to get next to you. Everything's regurgitated. It's just put on a different beat, with a different style, with a different personality. It's not so much the topics, it's the culture. It's black culture. they're making a shift away from blacks because they want to silence blacks. Because most of the blacks don't even want that trash. If you ask the average nigga, are they bumping Lil Nas X? They ain't bumping Lil Nas X. If you go to any of these hip hop platforms, ain't nobody thrilled about bumping some Lil Nas X. Who signed Lil Nas X? Who put all that money into Lil Nas X? It takes millions of dollars to get to that level where he got. It took him millions of dollars in selling his soul and doing all type of weird things to get to that point. You understand what I'm saying? The labels are the very ones who caused the destruction of hip hop because they did not want the black community to talk about real stuff. They don't want us to talk about real stuff. Don't believe me? Look at Tupac. Don't believe me? Look at Nipsey. Anytime a rapper comes up and you start talking about some real stuff, strangely enough, they start disappearing. Nipsey's talking about eating well. Nipsey's talking about getting money, eating well, getting right with God, and what they do. All of a sudden, he's going over something that was gang related, and Nipsey's friend said he didn't even say that, called him a snitch. So why he pulled the trigger? Now, I ain't no conspiracy theorist, but I'm just connecting the dots. I know how this country operates. You start being positive, you become a problem. They don't want you to be influential. See, the thing in the Afro, they go into the Afro, and in my opinion, they go into the Afro and Latin music because there's no revolution over there. They don't really talk about the problems. And this is where that real hardcore hip hop, you talking about the politics, you're able to put boots in Mr. Charlie's ass, you're able to put boots in Uncle Sam's ass, you're able to talk about the real things. They don't want us talking about real things. Yes, the drill and the girls acting like sluts and they're always walking around with their tongue out. All of that stuff is a contribution to the destruction. But they never wanted us to talk about what's really going on. This is why it's so attractive. What can we do to get people moving, but they're not actually thinking? It's kind of like the crunk music. When crunk was out, get low, to the window, to the window, to the wall, to the wall, to the strap up, oh, skeet. They even had Dave Chappelle talking about some skeet. They moving, the hip hop is diminishing because there's a lot of real niggas like me. There's a lot of real human beings. I'm talking about this black, white, Latinos that's talking about issues. They do not want us to put spotlight on the issues that's going on in America, especially in America. They don't want us talking about positive things. They don't want us to be influential. In other words, they don't want us building empires using hip hop, because the music is the most powerful tool if you know how to use it right. The lyrics, the sound, like the guy was talking about, the lyrics, the sound, the frequency, the images, the poster. You got 100 rappers talking about we're gonna feed children, we're gonna do this, man, F whoever getting in the way. They got some real militants behind it, and we can make songs about loving black women, and we can make songs about taking care of the children, and we're gonna make songs about changing the laws so they ain't locking our nigga asses up. That type of content, you can't talk about that stuff. They would rather talk about, they rather play Afro because all they talk about is just dancing. Dun 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 dun. The African beat, they go hard, right? They go hard. There's even what I'm saying is the potency. They don't want that. There's a need for potency, and they're using Afro-Latino music as an scapegoat. They want to hide behind that because the real problem is they don't want us talking about real stuff. Now, have I listened to all Afro-Latino stuff? Are they talking about revolutionary stuff? I don't know because I haven't listened to all of it. But what I've heard, most of it is just soothing, calm music, and it's music that makes you want to just dance. But the thing is, that's what they want. They want music where people just dance and pay the labels, pay the artists, pay whoever, pay for this music so you can dance. Pay to dance. But they don't want you to pay to get inspired to kick some ass. They don't want you to pay to get an idea of what a revolution looks like. That's not revolutionary music. Hip hop at its core, it is fun music. It's about dancing, having a good time, but it's very competitive. But hip hop went in this golden area. It was very political. It's about getting money, fighting against the police, bringing awareness. They don't want awareness of what's going on. They want to just dance. That's why the Afro Latino music is so attractive right now. Just dance, dun, 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 dun. Okay, but what about what's going on? People losing their homes, people getting evicted. What about police brutality? What about what's going on? They don't want to talk about, I guess they call it woke. If you bring up issues, you woke, right? They're very crafty on what they're doing. They're the ones that cause the destruction now. We understand why they're shifting. There's no revolution. That music doesn't go against the grain. The Afro-Latino music doesn't inspire a revolution. It doesn't inspire change. It's just good music to dance to, right? The labels have a major responsibility. And there's a whole bunch of articles how the labels are linking up with private prisons. They were pushing against the image. So wait a minute, you pushed against the image. You made millions off ruining millions of black men's lives, right? Millions. Pushing this image as this is what being black is. You gotta be tough. You gotta be tough 24/7. You can't have no heart. Yeah, son. Yeah, son. You bugging, yo. You a Cali nigga. I'm my mama blood. I'm my mama cuz. West Side for real, nigga. Jerry curls, loped out, shotguns, AKs. This is what they've been pushing all through the movies, all through the media, right? All through the music, the media, and the movies. You a down south nigga, you heard me, slugged up, got the chopper. I mean, what's happening? They pushed it, and they pushed it so hard, they made billions off it. The destruction of the black community, the record labels had a lion's share to blame. If you want to talk about why the music's so bad, because the record labels don't want to play good music. There's tons of great singers out there. There are tons of great rappers out here. There are tons, but the first thing they look at, what are you talking about? And if you're willing to play their game, in order to get to that level where Lil Nas X, he's twerking on the devil, why are they pushing that on the black community? That's not hip hop. First off, I don't consider that hip hop. I don't know what that is. That's Satan music. How about we just call that Satan music? Lil Nas X, he got blood everywhere in 666. He's talking about he's with Marilyn Manson, all this crap. That's Satan music. That's not hip hop, right? When we talk about the violence, we're talking about this is what's going on in the streets. Why it's so violent? A lot of the males don't have fathers in the homes. There's broken families. These are the issues they don't want to talk about. There's a lot of stuff that they don't want us to talk about. So you know what? We'll just shut it all down. We made our money. We're gonna go to the Afro-Latino where everybody can just dance, 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 and we get paid. We're gonna talk about no revolution. We're gonna talk about single mothers. We're gonna talk about the divorce rate. We ain't gonna talk about the incarceration rate. We ain't gonna talk about getting no money, how to get money, financial literacy. We ain't gonna talk about none of that. Just dance, Afrobeat. Nothing wrong with the Latin. I love the music. Don't get me wrong. But what about the other context? What about hip hop? Man, black woman loving one another. What about that? Black man from the ghetto, black woman from the ghetto, loving one another and go building something. How about that? But y'all flood my comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Ebro and CurtissTV saying that the labels are not interested in signing rappers anymore. 250 Rooted in Music TV. I'm gone.